What if I told you that the worst financial decisions of your life will likely happen in your 20s, and that most people won't even realize them until it's far too late to fix? The truth is brutal. Your 20s are either a foundation for freedom or a setup for regret. Most people sleepwalk through this decade thinking they have time, thinking things will just work out. But money doesn't reward intentions. It rewards action, strategy, and brutal honesty. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 18 biggest money mistakes that silently destroy your future, one decision at a time. Some of them you were already making, others will hit you like a punch in the face. But each one has a fix, a way out, a reset button. And if you stay with me to the end, you won't just avoid disaster, you'll learn how to take full control. This is the video you wish someone had shown you the moment you turned 18. Mistake number 1. Living like you're rich before you are. Social media lies to you every single day. It makes you believe that everyone's winning, everyone's traveling, everyone's buying things, and it pressures you to do the same. So you lease a car you can't afford. You swipe your way into vacations financed on credit. You wear status symbols that scream confidence, while your bank account quietly bleeds. Here's the truth. Real wealth is invisible. It's in your savings rate, not your sneaker collection. It's in the freedom to say no, not the desperation to look like you belong. If you fake being rich in your 20s, you'll stay broke in your 30s. But if you live below your means now, you'll buy freedom in your 40s. Every dollar you don't waste is a brick in the foundation of your future. Mistake number 2, not tracking your spending. Most people don't have a budget, not because they're lazy, but because they're afraid of the truth. They don't want to see how much they're really spending on food delivery, subscriptions, or nights out. But what you don't measure, you can't improve. Think of your money like a GPS. If you don't know where you are, you can't get where you want to go. A budget isn't a prison, it's a roadmap. And you don't need an app or a spreadsheet to start. Just open your bank statements. Look at the last 30 days. Add it up. Where did your money go? Because wherever your money is going, that's where your life is heading. Mistake number 3, carrying credit card debt. This one is poison. You swipe, you delay, you tell yourself it's temporary. But here is what they done to teach you in school. Compound interest doesn't just work for you, it works against you too. A $1,000 credit card balance at 20% interest turns into $2,000 in just a few years. That's not just debt, that's a financial time bomb. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it ticks. Cut the card if you have to. Build a plan. Pay more than the minimum. Because freedom isn't found in a bigger income. It is found in the absence of shackles. And credit card debt is the most seductive, destructive shackle of all. Mistake number 4, not investing early. This one hurts the most because it's silent. You don't feel the loss immediately. But every year you wait to invest is a year you lose to compound growth. Imagine 2 people. One starts investing $200 a month at age 20 and stops at 30. The other starts at 30 and continues to 60. The first one ends up with more money. Why? Because time is the multiplier. Albert Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. In your 20s, you don't need to invest a lot, you just need to start, because the real magic isn't in the amount, it's in the runway. Mistake number 5, not learning high-income skills. Your 20s aren't the time to chase the perfect job. They are the time to stack skills like building blocks. Writing, sales, coding, public speaking, marketing, negotiation. These are the tools that turn time into value. Because your income is not determined by your job title, it is determined by how well you solve problems. The marketplace doesn't care about your degree. It cares about what you can do. So stop waiting for a raise. Go out and become so good they can't ignore you. Because once you own a skill that pays well, the game changes. You stop surviving, and you start choosing. Mistake number 6, renting forever with no plan. Renting isn't bad, but renting without a long-term vision is dangerous. You need to know the difference between flexibility and financial drift. Are you renting to stay nimble? Or because you haven't thought about ownership, investing, or location strategy? Most young adults fall into lifestyle creep. moving into nicer places, paying more rent every year, with nothing to show for it. Ask yourself, how much rent have you paid in 5 years? What if that money had gone into equity? You don't need to buy a house tomorrow, but you do need a roadmap, because without one, you're just funding someone else's freedom, not building your own. Mistake number 7, relying on one income stream. In today's world, job security is a myth. One email can erase your paycheck, and if that's your only stream of income, you're exposed. The wealthy know this. They diversify. Side hustles, investments, digital products, rental income. It doesn't mean working 24/7. It means building pipelines. Because one income might pay the bills, but multiple incomes build empires. Start small, learn, try, fail, repeat. Because even $200 a month from a second source is more powerful than you think. It's not about the money. It's about the confidence that comes from knowing you can create value on your own terms. Mistake number 8, not having an emergency fund. Life doesn't warn you. One accident, one job loss, one medical bill, and suddenly you're wiped out. An emergency fund isn't just about money, it's about peace. It's sleeping at night knowing you won't drown from a surprise. Mistake number 9, not understanding lifestyle inflation. Here's how it works. You get a raise, you celebrate, you upgrade your phone, your apartment, your weekend plans, and suddenly you're making more, but saving nothing. This is the silent killer of wealth, because when your expenses rise with your income, your freedom stays flat. Want to win? Lock in your lifestyle. Let your income rise, but keep your spending steady. Use raises to buy assets, not liabilities, because in the end, it's not how much you make that matters. It's how much you keep. And lifestyle inflation is the enemy of keeping anything. Mistake number 10, not having financial goals. If you don't know what you're working toward, you'll never know when you've arrived. Most people drift, from job to job, year to year, hoping something will click. But money without a mission is meaningless. Set goals, concrete, measurable, a savings target, a debt-free date, an investment milestone. Goals turn money into momentum, and momentum turns into motivation. When you know why you're doing this, the sacrifices stop feeling like losses and start feeling like moves. Now here's a painful one. Helping others financially before you help yourself. Maybe it's a friend who's always short, a sibling who's constantly in crisis, a partner who's drowning in debt. And you? You step in. You carry them. But here's the truth. If you're not financially solid, you're not helping. You're enabling. You can't pour from an empty cup. Build your emergency fund. Create your stability. Then, when you give, it comes from overflow, not from sacrifice. Help is only sustainable when it doesn't break you in the process. Another one that slips under the radar. Ignoring inflation. It's invisible, creeping, quiet, but it's stealing from you every single year. That $1,000 sitting in your account, it's losing power. Inflation eats away at your purchasing strength, slowly, consistently. And if you're not growing your money, you're losing it. That's why investing isn't optional, it's survival. Learn where to park your cash. Learn how to beat inflation, because standing still in finance is the same as falling behind. Now let's talk about taxes. Most people don't understand them. They file in April, cross their fingers, and hope for a refund. But taxes are one of your biggest lifetime expenses. If you learn the rules, deductions, retirement accounts, tax brackets, you can save thousands every single year. The wealthy don't pay less because they're lucky. They pay less because they know how the game works. And you can too. Don't just react to taxes. Plan for them. Strategize. Because tax knowledge is one of the most powerful wealth tools you'll ever own. Here's a trap that ruins dreams. Chasing fast money. You've seen it. Crypto hype, day trading, dropshipping, get-rich-quick schemes. And maybe you've tried them. Maybe you've failed. That's okay. But here's the truth. Real wealth is built slowly, quietly, through skills, consistency, reinvestment. Fast money feels good until it crashes. And when it does, you lose more than money. You lose time and confidence. Build what lasts, what compounds, what outlives trends, because the long game always wins. And finally, the most heartbreaking mistake of all is thinking you're too young to start, that your decisions don't matter yet, that you'll figure it out later. But later becomes never, and regret grows heavier with time. The truth? Every empire starts with a small, boring habit. Saving $10, reading a book, asking a question. The earlier you start, the more powerful the results. Your 20s aren't just years, they're leverage. And the decisions you make now will echo for decades. Don't waste them. Don't wait. So here's the question I want you to sit with. Are you building a future you all be proud of, or digging a hole you'll have to climb out of? Every dollar, every choice, every habit, it all counts. But the good news is this: it's never too late to start, and never too early to take control. If this video opened your eyes, even just a little, then it's already done its job. But don't stop here. Take action. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, financial freedom isn't just about having money. It's about reclaiming your time, your choices, and your life. And that starts now.